Hello everyone, I'm just coming on live with part 4 of my Clairvoyance series. Just getting a couple things going here and waiting for at least somebody to show up to make sure it really is live. Hey, okay, I see we're live. So hello and welcome. I'm Lynn McKenzie of lynnmckenzie.com, and this is part 4 of my 5-part Clairvoyance video series. Today's topic is, what is a Clairvoyance Accelerator? So I've had some very exciting content in this series for you, and I still have today's and Wednesdays left to go, and I can't wait to share it with you all. Uh-oh, I didn't bring my water. I'm having a bit of throat issue from my recent illness. So anyways, in case you want to save the date for number 5, so you can be with me on number 5, that is going to be on how to activate and embody your clairvoyant gifts, and that is Wednesday, January 23rd at 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Central, and 7 p.m. Eastern. Also, if you haven't happened to download my free Are You Clairvoyant assessment and mini training, which is a separate but complementary training to this series, we'll put a link for it in the comments now so you can get it when you're done here. So Courtney, if you could put the link for that in, that would be really great. And I suggest if you are just downloading it today, you try to complete it before Wednesday. So I'd love it if you let me know in the comments where you're joining me from. And I'd love to see where everybody's from. I'm joining you from beautiful Sedona, Arizona. If you happen to miss the first 3 lives that I did in the Clairvoyance series, you can still grab those videos on the videos tab on the Animal Alchemy Facebook page. And the topics are why it's easier now than ever before to activate your clairvoyance, and that's a really important one. The 5 keys to fast track your clairvoyance, and the role chakras play in clairvoyance. So you can catch the video replays, like I said, on Facebook, or you can go to my YouTube page as well. My YouTube page is under, I think it's under Lynn McKenzie, maybe Animal Communicator and Healer, I think. Anyways, maybe, Courtney, if you could put the links individually for each of the 3, put part 1 and the link and the title and the link, and then part 2 and the title and the link, and part 3 and the title and the link, so that everybody can get them. That would be great. So I see lots of you are joining me, giving you lots of big hearts, and I love it. I love to see you all there. So I energetically attuned and encoded each of these lives, so that if you're watching it now or you're watching the video after the fact, you'll receive a benefit just by being here or watching it. I've attuned them all for accelerated consciousness, enhanced clairvoyance, healing, etc. So just by being here, you get that. So say yes in the comments if you want that. I think it's awesome. So I'm doing this series because when I was starting out, I wished I had this kind of information broken down in a simple fashion, because back then there were no mentors who were doing this, and there was nobody who had really gone before me to teach me this stuff the way that I'm teaching you. So I hope it's really helpful for you. So today we're going to talk about what is a Clairvoyance Accelerator and how you can begin to determine yours. And if you have any questions about this content or about specific content that I've taught in 1 to 3 as well, you can feel free to put a question in the comments. We're only going to be answering questions specifically about the content on this program. So if you do, you can put one in. We'll have time to answer a couple at the end. So here's the interesting thing. For years, when I was doing readings, and I've been doing them professionally now for over 25 years, I started to notice something really interesting. I noticed that in certain cases, in doing readings for certain people, it was easier for me than others. And, I wondered why, and it seemed to work that way. And I always was like, I wonder what's going on here and what this means. So probably about 6 or 7 years ago, I channeled this download of information on this topic. And when I did, it all began to make sense to me. And really what it was my Clairvoyance Accelerator was a certain thing, which I'm going to tell you in a couple minutes. And when that was present for me, I did way better readings. It was like the floodgates were opening within me and the information was just channeling through me. And I was like, if any of you have ever heard me when I'm channeling, a lot of times in these classes and my training programs, I am. So it's coming fast at me. And I'm trying to, decipher it all and funnel it into one clear kind of concise bit of information, because it's like 5 lanes of traffic trying to get into one in my head. So I'm going to share with you what my Clairvoyance Accelerator is today, and then I'm going to talk about how you can determine yours, and we're going to do an experiential exercise together to help you get in touch with your Clairvoyance Accelerator. Say yes in the comments if you're looking forward to that. Just take a picture. Yay! Okay, so we are, one thing I just want to say, since some of you are new to my world and you may not know me very well, you may be wondering, why should I listen to her? So I'm just going to tell you a brief bit about me before we jump into the content. So I discovered that by deeply developing my psychic intuitive skills, my clairvoyance, and learning to apply them in a practical, useful, and actionable way in my life and in my business, I could create the success that I wanted for myself. And I'm here to tell you that you can too. My journey's been really rewarding in using my psychic gifts. I've created a couple of very successful businesses, including this one. I have students in 52 countries. I've been practicing my psychic gifts professionally and teaching since the early 90s, so that's over 25 years. And I've taught over 100,000 people worldwide. So I'm internationally known as a leader in my field, and I'm especially known for empowering and training others to have their psychic breakthroughs for themselves by awakening their innate gifts, because I honestly am a firm believer that we all have them. So I'm living the life of my dreams, doing what I love to do, living in a beautiful power spot, Sedona, Arizona. I'm looking out at a gorgeous vista. And this is all a result of using my clairvoyance. And the same, like I said, is possible for me. So enough about me. You've got a little gist. You know that I didn't just start this last week. And if you want to read more about me, you can read it at my website URL, lynnmckenzie.com. And Courtney, if you could put that in the comments, that would be great. So let's jump right into what a Clairvoyance Accelerator is. First of all, say yes if, like me, you have never heard of what a Clairvoyance Accelerator is before. If you have, it'll be interesting, because I haven't met anybody who works with this. So what a Clairvoyance Accelerator is an object, a condition or a situation, an energy or a thing that naturally opens your clairvoyance for you. It's kind of like the optimal setting, the optimal activity, the optimal energy, the optimal object that helps tap you in to your clairvoyance in a much deeper way. And who wouldn't want that? Of course I do. It helps you to open your awareness and to further allow information, like I mentioned, like I got 4 lanes of information traffic funneling in psychically. And how I figured out what mine was and realized that that was not the same for others, is that what I noticed is in doing my readings for others professionally, I would notice that for certain people, so much energy was pouring through me and I could give so much, and it was such an amazing experience for both of us. Excuse me. And on the other hand, occasionally, if my client was really clammed up and tight and worried about even saying anything to me, I noticed that the same experience was not true. I didn't have this information flowing through in an amazing way. I still got information from them, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't the same kind of experience for myself and my client. And I was like, why is that? And then I thought, at first I was thinking, well, is it because I want my client to tell me a whole bunch of stuff? And I was like, no, it's not that. But what I realized is that conversation between me and a client and hearing their voice is my Clairvoyance Accelerator. So if I'm doing a reading for you and you're talking to me, I am going to get way more information about you. Again, I can still get information about you if you just zip it up and don't say a word. And it's kind of funny that mine is talking. It's more my client talking, but I mean, it's just like they could be telling me where they bank or something. It's just that energetic frequency, that vibration of their voice coming at me opens the channel. So it's sort of like the channel's like this, and it opens like this. So, it's just like, wow, and I'm in case you haven't noticed, I like to talk. So my mother said that a doctor in the old days, I was born in the old days, and a doctor actually made a house call. I don't know that doctors do that anymore, but he actually made a house call to see me for something. And my mother was talking, and all of a sudden I said at 10 months old, I want my bunny blanket, which was this blanket I used to hold when I sucked my thumb. And the doctor said, I can't believe this. I've never heard a 10-month-old form a sentence like that before. And my mother said I started early and never shut up. So anyways, the Clairvoyance Accelerator is the optimal setting or activity or energy that helps you tap into your clairvoyance in a much deeper way. It opens the channel from like this to this, and it's like information is just pouring in, and you're getting all kinds of information for yourself or the client you're reading for. So if you have a sense of what yours is, please put it in the comments. I'd love to know. And this is probably a new concept for you, like I mentioned. And so I'm going to give you an example of what some clairvoyance accelerators can be, and I have a couple things right beside me. So it could be, like mine is, hearing the vibrational frequency of that person's voice. It could be writing. It could be you writing, or it could be looking at writing of your clients, which has their vibrational frequency. It could be looking at a photograph of a client or someone they are asking about. It could be someone's written signature. In dowsing, they always call, it could be their hair, touching their hair. In dowsing, they always call for a witness in certain cases. And the witness is a piece of their hair or their signature or their photograph, So it could be looking at an image that's designed for that purpose. I know somebody who makes images like that for healers and intuitives that are to help open those gateways within them. It could be a piece of art that wasn't necessarily made for that reason, but comes, but when you have it and you look at it, it could be a piece of art you have in your office because that awakens that piece within you. It could be a candle. I remember years ago in the early 90s, I think it was 1991 or something, I had a reading with Colette Baron-Reid, who I've done readings for since then for her animals. But she was playing with a candle, and I still have the tape, and she said, don't mind me, I'm not ignoring you. Like, it looked like she was just fiddling with all the wax in the candle, and she said to me, I'm not ignoring you. This is how I get, into the right frame. And, little did I know that back then, that's what she was talking about. It could be a crystal. Here's one of my nice rose quartz that's like cut in, 12 sides or something, 12-sided, double terminated. It could be that when I hold this rose quartz crystal, that my clairvoyance is accelerated. It could be, being in nature or having a beautiful view of nature, a beautiful vista, mountain vista that I have. It could be looking out at, it's a bit late now, but I have a bird bath out there that fills up, with my drip system here in Arizona. And I have cardinals bathing in there. I have hawks drinking out of there. I have all kinds of, javelinas, which are kind of like pig-looking things coming and tipping it over and drinking out of there. It could be a meditation. So it could be that in order for you to open that channel, you have to go into a little bit of meditation. It could be something as simple as using, this is like a protection, kind of like an elixir that you can put on to expand your aura. It could be something like that. This is, you can fill it through your aura. That something like that could be your Clairvoyance Accelerator. This is an aura cleanser spray, and then there's, it could be something like spritzing yourself with an aura cleanser spray. Could be your Clairvoyance Accelerator. It could be a flower essence, an essential oil, absolutely 100%. I've used frankincense, and that works really well for me to channel with. It could be connecting with us, the spirit of a loved one, like a loved one on the other side, like a human or an animal companion on the other side that helps to accelerate your clairvoyance. It could be an ascended master that comes in. You call them in and they come in to help you. It could be an archangel. So the list goes on, as you can see. It's a fairly in-depth list. So if you have a sense of what yours is, give me either a thumbs up or write, if you know what it is and you're willing to share, write it in the comments. Or you could even just put yes if you know what it is, you don't feel like sharing it. So, excuse me, I've got a weird throat going on and I'm feeling a little off. Clairvoyance is absolutely not something that's outside of ourselves or something that we have to acquire. It's something that we tap into within us. It's funny on Facebook. When we did an ad, some of you may have come to me through the ad for my, Are You Clairvoyant assessment and mini training. And like I mentioned earlier, if you haven't already gotten that, sorry, I just bumped my desk and I think my puppy thinks someone's at the door. Pixie, it's okay, sweetie pie. Some people posted on there, you're either born this way or you're not, and nothing could be further from the truth. Now planes flying overhead, lots of noise is happening. It's something that we tap into within us. We all have that innate gift within us. It may manifest very differently for us. We may develop it very differently, but this is what I've sort of dedicated my career to, is helping people do that, because I know that everybody can, and it's going to look different for all of you. We're all like snowflakes. So because it's within, everybody has the ability to do it. You have it, I have it, we all have it. So it's so not true that, that I mentioned, I think it was in video or in the live number 1, which you can now see on video, that people who tell you that it's a gift that only a privileged few have, they have a reason for telling you that, and it's a self-serving reason. It's to make you feel reliant on them, and you don't have to be reliant on any psychic or intuitive or healer. You can tap into that within yourself. It is not it is a very much a self-serving belief, and it's so not true. So if you haven't been able to tap into your clairvoyance yet yourself, it's really simply because you haven't found a way to align with it, to find it, and to awaken it yet. But don't worry. There's absolutely help for you to be able to do that. And that's one of the reasons why I have this Facebook Live series going on. So as many of you know also, I'm a firm believer of using clairvoyance in business and in my personal life, in my financial world, in my relationship with my animal companions, basically every area of my life. Where to live, when to move, all that kind of thing. I've been getting a little bit of guidance recently about that. So if we're going to have a gift like this, we may as well use it to make a difference for both ourselves and for others. So I truly believe with all of my heart, and I know in every fiber of my being, that you can do this too. Each of you really can grow into embarking on something like this and having this huge floodgate open and having amazing success. So if you're in business for yourself or want to use it in your career, the first point I want to make is in today's world, you require an edge, a surefire way to know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. Maybe you only, you're actually competing for attention of potential clients, and right now, everybody on this face of this earth is fairly distracted because we've got things coming at us from all angles. Or maybe you just wanna just do it for yourself. It's also interesting that social media is almost preparing us, texting, images on social media, Facebook, Instagram, all of these pieces coming at us, they're kind of preparing us as a society to become more into clairvoyance or more adapted towards it. So it's, as I mentioned, an important skill to help you accelerate your purpose. I mentioned that a little bit early on. So it helps you grow. Like, it helps you grow personally, so it helps your personal development, and it helps you heal, and it helps you learn to manifest even better, and that kind of thing. So if you desire something, make a decision. If you desire to learn your clairvoyance, to open to it for whatever reason, make a decision and begin. It's those of us that take action that manifest what it is that we want in life. So we are going to do an exercise now. Who wants to accelerate? Find their Clairvoyance Accelerator. Send me some hearts, send me some thumbs up. Let me know if you want to do this experiential exercise to accelerate your clairvoyance. Only one person in this whole group? Come on, guys. Lots of hearts. Here they come. Here they come. Yay, I love the hearts. The hearts right back at you. Every time you send love, you receive it back tenfold. And I'm sorry about the glare from my ring light and my mirrors. I've got mirrors everywhere. So, yay. Somebody's angry. Somebody doesn't want to accelerate their clairvoyance. Okay. I needed to bring my water with me, but I didn't, so I'll get to that. So I'm going to start our little exercise here. So as long as you're not driving a car or doing anything around sharp, heavy machinery or sharp objects, I'd like you to get yourself into a comfortable position and close your eyes. I'd like you to uncross your arms and legs, taking a couple of deep cleansing breaths, breathing in universal healing energy, and releasing anything that does not serve you in this immediate moment. Breathing in universal healing energy and releasing any cares, concerns, or worries that you may be aware of. Breathing in universal healing energy and releasing any judgments or letting go of any pains or anything that you feel that's not serving you right now. And with your eyes still closed, I'd like you to bring your attention to your consciousness and bring that to a place that you make the intention, basically, that you would like to access your Clairvoyance Accelerator today. And if that's not possible today, you'd like to get some clues and start the ball rolling. So now, taking a couple of deep cleansing breaths, I want you to visualize a beam of white light coming down through your crown and working its way slowly through the center or the core of your body, illuminating each chakra as it crosses. And it continues on down, illuminating each and every one of your chakras like light bulbs. So you've got violet, indigo, sky blue, green, yellow, orange, and red for the root chakra. And now visualize that white light coming out through the base of your tailbone and the soles of your feet and going deep and connecting you deep into the earth. And now visualize that your all of the data and information of your Clairvoyance Accelerator is coming in through that beam and working its way into your consciousness and into your body so that you can embody it. And now I'd like you to bring your Clairvoyance Accelerator into your consciousness and take a look at it. See if you receive, if you know what it is, if you feel what it is, if you hear what it is, or if you see what it is. Just take a mental note of that. If you're not sure what it is, know that it is there just outside of your vision at this very moment, maybe across the veil, and that it will soon work its way into your consciousness. And I want you to strongly intend right now that it will. Okay? And now taking a couple of deep breaths, coming back, wiggling your fingers and toes, I'd like you to open your eyes. And if you were able to receive what your Clairvoyance Accelerator was, I'd like you to put it into the comments. Only if you receive something only if you receive something positive. You know, if you don't know what it is, don't focus on that by putting it into the comments. But send me a thumbs up if you received what it was for you. And please put it into the comments if you, let me just see if I can see where the new ones are. Put it into the comments if you received, Sharon says my animals, Julie says a crystal, that's cool. Oh, Shauna says love and light from Ireland. I am half Irish, Shauna. My mother was, well, half Northern Irish. I don't know if that means the same thing. My mother was born in Belfast. So I am first generation Canadian living in Sedona. So it's so nice to see that Ireland's with us. Yay, it must be pretty late for you, I would say, over there. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's really late. So let's see. So someone said rose quartz, nature. Let me just see some more. I want to just share some more so you guys get to know. Someone said a mountain, so nature, labradorite. Teresa didn't see anything, but she got the word water, which is just perfect, Teresa. So water is yours. That might mean drinking it. That might be, you know, looking at a body of water. That might be in the shower. Hopefully, if you're doing readings, you don't have to be in the shower. Someone said posies and violets. That's so cool. An owl, amazing. An eagle, a glass box, my animals, Christ. Feeling the other's energy by focusing, a camera, nature, stones, eagle feather, citrine crystal. So there's quite a few of them. A beautiful angel, heart-shaped granite, something else. So that is quite amazing. I'm happy that you guys are sharing them. Keep them coming. And Courtney, could you let me know if anybody has submitted any questions for me to answer during this time? And I'm just going to give a couple minutes. Oh, Shauna from Ireland says an angel and a white heart of light. Yay, she's from Northern Ireland. It's 12:30 p.m. Thank you so much. I like the shamrock, Shauna, and thank you so much for tuning in so late. Oh, Mary says your teaching is amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mary. That's sweet of you. I can pin a comment. Maybe I'll pin that one. So if you okay, so sorry. Courtney, I got sidetracked by all the comments. Bright, shiny object syndrome. So Courtney sent me a question from Vicky. And Vicky asked, is my sister Cheryl happy? So, you know what? I get an immediate yes, but this isn't really about readings. It's more about answering the questions from the students about the course material. But I'm getting yes right away. Tracy says, I feel I have the ability to read a person's face, and I feel negative and positive energy from anyone I run into, whether I know them or not. I often feel as though there is someone else inside me periodically. What is this? So, oh, Courtney, can you grab Denise's question too, because it's a good one, just because it'll probably scroll by. So Tracy, your ability to read is, you may be looking at the face, but what you're really reading is that soul resonance, that soul signature of that being, even though you're looking at their face and feeling the energy. And when you feel as though there is someone else inside you periodically, it could be the way you feel when you're channeling energy from a higher source. My only sort of request for you would to be always have the intention and set the parameters that it's always a being, a benevolent being of the highest and best good for you and others that you're helping out. So I hope that helps you. So Denise, Denise's question is, can the accelerator change over time and or new ones come into play? 100%. That's a really great question, Denise. I'm glad you asked it, because sometimes I don't think of what you guys might want to know. So if anyone else has a question, put it in the comments. We have time for one more after this. So yes, 100% it can. And so, and the reason I figured this out is because students of mine, like I noticed when the person was talking, my readings would get better. If it was someone who just wanted to clam up, zip it up, and not share anything with me because they thought they were going to give away something and they were kind of like, we're reading for me, I could still get information, but it wasn't that. Sorry, I just bumped my desk. My puppy. Okay, that was me. Pix, come here. So Pixie might want to be in the video. You want to come in the video? Come here, video. Sorry, we're gonna have a video. There we go. My little monster. She's like, if I bump the desk, even if she knows it's me, she's got to be barking. So anyways, yes. So what I noticed was when I talked to students, some students were like, oh my gosh, I need like absolute silence to do a reading, for my, to get a good reading on somebody. And if, and absolutely things can change as time goes on, 100%. So let's see, there's one more from Amy, so we're going to answer that one. And let me just move my thing here. So Amy says, how do you find out if you get something from someone if you don't do readings because you're not good enough yet? So how do you find out if you, I think what you're asking, Amy, is how do you find out if you've received information from somebody, but if you're not good enough because you don't do readings yet. So, here's what I want to say. We're all psychic beings. We're all sending and receiving information from each other all the time. So you might get a feeling. You might know within. You might just have a knowing. I talk about this a lot, and I just see what things because I guarantee you, everybody knows things that you don't know how you know. You know what I mean? Like, how do I know that? I do this in some of my teachings, and I'm going to share this little story because I think it'll be valuable for you. Back in the 80s, I'm from Ontario, Canada, from Toronto, and I was selling real estate. And back in like the late 80s, I want to say maybe it was the early 90s, it's a sad story. It's a murder. A little girl was murdered, and in a small community. And the person who was charged was her next door neighbor. And instantly, I knew it was a very public case, of course. She was like 7 or something. And I knew instantly he was not the murderer. I knew it with every fiber of my being. I would have bet money on it. And, he was charged. It was terrible because they were just looking for somebody. And he was their next door neighbor. And they lived on, big lots in these older homes. Their driveways were, practically touching. And this guy he went through hell, and he was taken into custody, and then he was released, and then I think he was charged again. It was like he went through a number of trials, a ton of incarceration. His name was dragged through the mud, and everybody kept thinking he did it, but he got away with it. And of course, the people whose daughter it was thought he did it, but got away with it. And years later, when DNA testing came out. It was proven he wasn't, and he was exonerated. But so that is one little piece. If that was helpful for you guys, give me a thumbs up or a heart. That was one little piece of how you could know something without doing readings. I wasn't doing readings professionally in the 80s, but that was something that I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt. And there was, and one of my friends was like, how do you know it? And I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, well, how do you know it? And how do you know it's right? And I'm like, I don't know, but I guarantee you it's right. You know, I don't know, but it's right. And it's not, we all have ways that we get information, and we just have to learn to develop them. And I am going to be letting you know soon about an opportunity you'll have to develop it further if you would like. So I'm thrilled that that you guys have shown up for today's video. I know I thank you all for all of your comments, for all of your shares, for all of your likes and hearts and everything like that. Doing that for me helps me be able to give you more free content. So I want to remind you all to join me for the next live in this series, which is Wednesday, January 23rd. That's 2 days from today, same time, 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 4 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Central Time, and 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And the topic is how to activate and embody your clairvoyant gifts. So I can't wait to share that with you. And if you enjoyed the training and you're looking forward to the last one, please like, comment, share, tag friends so that they can join in. And of course, if you're willing, please share on your timeline. Like I said, it really helps me. Now, if you, like, for example, if you know a friend that's interested in this kind of thing, you can let them know about this and they can watch the replay. The replay of this will be up on my Facebook page within a number of minutes of the end of it. And they can go back and watch parts 1, 2, 3, and this will be part 4, even before they watch part 5. So it'll show up on the videos tab on my Facebook page, Animal Alchemy, or also on my YouTube channel, which I believe is under Lynn McKenzie, Animal Communicator. Maybe if you have it handy, Courtney, maybe you could put that link to the YouTube channel as well in the comments. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. So please, just before we wrap, please let me know what your biggest breakthrough or aha was on either this training or any of the trainings up to now, or the Are You Clairvoyant assessment and mini training, because I love to read them. It helps me to know what kind of content and material to share with you guys and what kinds of questions I want to answer when I'm talking to you. Let me know that. You can also let me know what your biggest challenge is in your, I know it's all a mindset and a belief system, but still, if you put it down, I can help to address it on Wednesday. So if you haven't as of yet registered for my free Are You Clairvoyant assessment and mini training, the link is in the comments. Courtney posted the link. It'll be under my name probably in the comments. And I recommend you do download it and complete it before Wednesday. So abundant blessings, everyone. Pixie Rose and I wish you a wonderful evening and lots of love. See you in a couple of days. Bye-bye.